Yo, we back in this motherfucker. What's good, everybody? You know who it is, your boy Vuitton Bond. And welcome to the Say That podcast with Vuitton Bond. I am your host. All talk, no cap. This is episode number 3. And in episode 3, I want to talk about the real world consequences to a hating ass motherfucker. But before we get into the topic at hand, let's pay some bills. This talk is brought to you by www.VuittonBondMusic.com. Go to my site, sign up for my email list, and gain instant access to my latest mixtape, Gold Bars. You'll get 10 songs across 5 days and an interactive listening experience. Again, that's www.VuittonBondMusic.com. This talk is also brought to you by the listeners of Vuitton Bond. I'd like to thank each and every one of you guys for the continued support, for listening to my stuff on Spotify and Apple Music and Tidal and wherever you listen to music, except for SoundCloud, because I don't use SoundCloud. So, let's get to the topic at hand, man. This is just something I've been kicking around in my head. First off, before we get into it, I just want to say, this is episode 3. I believe this is the last one of 2019. So I want to say Merry Christmas to everybody. Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah if you celebrate that. And Happy New Year, man. I wish you guys much peace and prosperity. Even the people who I'm about to talk about right now. Even those folk. So let's get into it. Episode 3, Real World Consequences. So I've been really promoting hard lately. For real, I've been going in with my promo. My main source of promotion is Facebook ads. So I got a video running right now, and I'm just, it's a song, it's a performance video, you could say. That's neither here nor there. The point is that I get a lot of comments on my shit, naturally, because people are seeing it. And that's cool. I don't mind comments. I love comments. I want the comments. I want engagement. That's the point. But I'm seeing firsthand what it's like to have something that gets a lot of views. Because at this point, I'm well over 100,000 views. It's paid advertising, but 100,000 views is nothing to sneeze at, nothing to shake a stick at. But I'm seeing what it's like to have that kind of content that's doing numbers. You're always going to draw people to you. Now, let me just say, for the longest, I kind of was fearful of putting stuff out there like that. Putting myself out there because I'm like, man, what are people going to think? Being afraid of criticism, man, and having that hold me back, staying in my comfort zone. I think a lot of artists are like that. You're not really putting yourself out there. You're not putting your music in a position to be judged by the world, by the market. You're not putting yourself out there to basically have people tell you that you're trash or that they love your work. You're not exposing your music to enough people. I think that is the case with most independent artists, because we really have to fight against a whole lot of inertia at this level, at being at the bottom. If you make music, you know that to be true. It is tough to get people to give a fuck. But once they do give a fuck, it gets a little bit easier, I think. So, I get all kinds of reactions on my videos. I get a lot of likes, and likes are cool. Thumbs ups, those, I fuck with those. I rock with those. That's kind of like basic. Hey, good on you, sir. You're doing your thing. My 2 favorite reactions are the heart, the love, whatever, and the wow. Those to me are the best. Because that's another level of rocking with something. Depending on the type of content that I put out, a haha could be good or bad. But let me tell you, like on a piece of music, if you left a ha reaction on my shit, a piece of music, a song that has no kind of comedic value to it. I'm not Dave Chappelle. I'm not Kevin Hart. I'm a rapper. I spit bars. I make songs. If you left a ha, you're gonna have to come see me. We're gonna have to have a conversation about what the fuck you found so funny. And then, of course, I think the last one is the angry face. I got 2 of those on my video, which is crazy. It was like old guys, old men. Why am I spending money promoting old people? Well, you know, the truth of the matter is, man, you don't choose your fan base. You don't choose your demographic. They choose you. You put your music out in the marketplace and they either like it or they don't. And the people who rock with it, they come through and you never know who they'll be. My goal is to reach people, to add value, to entertain, to uplift, to inspire, whether it's through a song or a podcast or anything else that I do creatively. But what I really want to talk about is the comments. I want to talk about how people on the internet, they can say whatever the fuck they want because they know there's no real world consequence to it. Like, the worst I can do to you is like block you. Maybe I can be an asshole back. Unfortunately, as much as I want to, I kind of can't because, you know, they're always like, you know, if you be an asshole back, it's a bad reflection on you. I saw a Bruce Lee quote yesterday. Let me pull it up real quick. Bruce Lee quote that I saw that really kind of hit home for me. And, you know, I saw it and I'm like, okay, there's a quote attributed to Bruce Lee. If someone destroys me emotionally, I can destroy him physically, but that would make me no different than him. So it's wiser to forgive and take it as a lesson and move on. I read that. And I was like, okay, you know what? I guess I have to be that if someone's going to be an asshole towards me. Now, truth be told, I'm at a point in my life where, you know, if someone's going to be an asshole towards me, I kind of want to return the favor. You know, I want to be karma to some people. So yeah, I get people who hate on me all the time. Mostly it's love. I get all kinds of people who say, I love your songs. Hey, your music's actually good. I fuck with you, man. I want more. So they'll go view me on YouTube, Spotify. They'll listen to me where they can. They'll even sign up for my email list. And those people are going to go ahead and get the Gold Bars mixtape for free. Shout out to them for making a great decision. But the people who come through, who just, somebody comes through and say, this is trash. Forget about all the work I put into it. Forget about all the time I put into it and all that. Just come through and say, this is trash. Dismissively. And you know, something that I realized is that the people who hate, the people who leave these comments, because somebody they left me a fucking crazy comment. I don't have it with me, but I have it in my head. I'll paraphrase. This guy said, people with money think they can get all the equipment and that all of a sudden makes them a rapper. This is not you, bruh. Not at all. This man said I couldn't do this shit. First off, this man doesn't know me. Doesn't know who the fuck I am. Doesn't know what I've been through. Doesn't know what kind of work I put in. But he basically reduced me to just a guy with enough money to buy some equipment. Funny thing is, I saw this guy's music on his Facebook page. He's not good. He's not. My thing is, if you go and criticize, at least be as good as me at this shit. No cap. Like, yo, you could be critical, but you gotta be good at it. Like, you can't be worse than me and tell me that this shit ain't for me. So I'm sure anybody who's trying to do something in their life, you've been through this before. Hell, there was a time back in 2016, I submitted a song to, I want to say 19 different blogs. 11 of them got back to me. They all declined. for different reasons. Whether some of them were valid, some of them were bullshit. That's neither here nor there. But I got declined over and over and over and over again. That was my first bit of like music rejection. Because I used to submit music to radio stations. I submitted something to 97.5, didn't hear anything back. I submitted something to Shaw University's radio station, didn't hear anything back. And that's fine, but to be told you suck 11 times in a row, that wasn't cool. But funny thing, that same song I submitted, somebody bought it on Bandcamp and they spent $10 on it. They gave me $10 for that one song. So it was almost for every rejection I got $1 back. Then I realized what was really important. But so these people, they're gonna say these things about you on the internet. But if a motherfucker said some shit like that to your face, to my face, what would happen? They never do it because they know like the karma is instant. They don't want that physical confrontation, that uncomfortable energy. If somebody was hating on you, they know like there's probably a fist on the way. There's probably a boot to the ass on the way. There's probably a bullet on the way. You don't know. I could shoot your dumb ass if you said it to my face. I could. Now, that's not the kind of person I am. Y'all know I'm an avid meditator and I try to be peaceful and try to live beyond the ego, which, by the way, that's another point. All this criticism will help you get past the ego. It will tear down your ego. Your ego is in the way of your success a lot of the time. But there's real world consequences to hating on somebody. That's why people don't really do it. There's no way to do it behind a person's back. The internet gives people a nice buffer, a nice cushion. I'm a stranger. I'm a fucking stranger to you. But if we were face to face, it'd be a totally different situation. But what I was going to say something earlier, I got sidetracked, but people who criticize on the internet a lot of the times are people who have nothing going on. I saw another quote, and I want you guys to take this to heart. You will never be criticized by somebody doing more than you. You will always be criticized by people who are doing less than you. People who are afraid of their own greatness to the point where they're not going to take the actions. They're not going to take the steps. When they see you taking the steps, when they see you doing something that they want to do, they're going to try to tear you down. So keep doing your thing. Because when you live in your greatness, you make people uncomfortable with themselves. Now, that's some situations. I remember I had another video where this young man, he didn't really criticize me, but he criticized the sound that I was going with. And I said, hey, well, look, you can listen to plenty of other people. There's a lot of good music out here. This may not be for you, but there's good music. See, that's me being diplomatic instead of being an asshole. And he was like, you know what? He commented back. He said, hey, man, you know what? I'm just having a bad day. My fault. And I said, well, look, listen, we all have bad days. Hopefully this day will get better for you. And then he said, well, look, listen, I am antisocial. I don't really have a whole lot of friends. I'm paraphrasing this. I don't really have a whole lot of friends. I'm antisocial. That's why I'm an asshole. So please forgive me. Something like that, And I felt for the kid because I'm similar. Like, I could be that kid. I could be in my house playing video games all day, not talking to people, not having any relationships, going to work and then coming home and putting, hitting that PlayStation button all day. That could be me. But this was just my view on criticism and how people do it online and how nobody does it to your face. Nobody will ever really talk shit to you to your face. Unless they got like some serious problems, like serious problems. You know, it's just a crazy thing to me. That's one of the toxic things about the internet, how just opinions run unchecked. See, at least face to face, you could check somebody and say, hey, watch your tone, motherfucker. So, anyway, that was the Say That podcast with Vuitton Bond. Episode 3, Real World Consequences to Hating. Make sure you guys go get that Gold Bars mixtape, www.VuttonBondMusic.com. Also, if you're on YouTube watching this, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. If you're on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or Spotify Podcasts, go ahead and subscribe, leave a review for your boy, and I'll leave you a shout out in a future podcast. DM me, and I'll shout you out in a future podcast. And I'll see you guys in the next episode. See that.